tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be previewing the Raiders versus the Packers preseason game in Winnipeg, Canada at the IG Field. Now, this is another home game for the Raiders. Well, technically not a home game because we're not going to be in the O.co. You guys already know we're going to be in Canada playing against the Packers up in the 6. It's going to be a really great matchup against the Packers, and after last week's great performance against the Cardinals, man, we go up against the Packers and we get put to the test. Are we still that same team that played last week up in Arizona, or are we gonna just fall out and just get too cocky about ourselves and how good we've been? So it's gonna be a good matchup, like I said. But before I get started with that preseason preview, I want to get into your nation news. Now, a lot has been going on throughout the nation just this past week, and every week seems to be some type of news about Antonio Brown. So I feel like I should have a segment in here called "What It Do, AB?" because you know there's always news about Antonio Brown like every single week because the media likes to talk about him so damn much. But we start off with him not coming to practice on Sunday and Mike Mayock addressing the media about Antonio Brown, whether he's all in or he's all out. He did come out and state that he was frustrated that the league denied his new helmet because he went out and found a loophole within the rules and he found himself a helmet. Him and his agent found a helmet that was technically okay to wear, but the league denied it as well. And AB, being frustrated, didn't even want to show up to training camp or even practice. And I know that's not the way to go about things, but this guy's trying to be on the field. He's the hardest worker out there. He's not being lazy. He just wants to play in the equipment that he's been playing with. And yes, I know it's for safety reasons, but bruh, just let him wear his helmet. But with that said, you know, Mike Mayock did talk to the media and said, you know, they have exhausted all their options. And Rosenhaus kind of rebutted him like, I don't think we really exhausted all our options. I feel like, you know, Mike Mayock is on the same page as John Gruden. You know, they both want to see Antonio Brown at practice. They really want to see him play already with his teammates and get, you know, acclimated with his quarterback and the play calling and everything. And I feel like he will once he comes back. Due off of Mike Mayock's frustration, and I know a lot of Raider Nation out there is frustrated as well that AB did miss a practice because of his helmet situation, and they want this to be all over. Whether this is a Hard Knock storyline or if it's just, you know, them just trying to play it up for a bigger story, who knows? But Mike Mayock just went out and said what he said. He's not trying to knock him or anything. He just came out and spoke his mind. That's already over with. I believe they're in the same page right now. As you guys know, John Gruden and Mike Mayock has been supporting AB since day one, and I believe they're still going to support him till week 1. I feel like all of this is all good. I'm not even worried about it until he starts missing games, which I doubt he'd make it go that far. But you guys seen him at Arizona with that ugly helmet. It was pretty ugly, if you ask me.
This little ugly.
Following that whole day of media bashing Antonio Brown because of Mike Mayock's words, he shows up to practice the next day with an approved helmet. Yes, it's not the helmet that he wants to wear, but he showed up to practice because to him, he's not the bad guy. And a lot of people paint him to be the bad guy on the team just because he doesn't show up to practice, and he works out with his team because he feels bad that, you know, his team is getting criticized because of him and his name, and the whole media is slandering him. But AB went to practice because he wanted to support his team and his teammates, and that's something I really love to see. And later on, John Gruden addressed the media and said that AB's all in. He's here at practice today with an approved helmet, and he's all in to play with this team. So for all the media people out there that is saying that the Raiders are frustrated, the Raiders are done with AB, just chill and shut the fuck up. I'm tired of seeing all these false articles. If you guys didn't watch the latest show of Hard Knocks, then you guys should go and watch it, because John Gruden actually stated in that episode that they knew everything about his frostbite, his helmet situation, and him having to find something that would get approved. They knew all about it, and he was like, I don't know why they're making such a big deal about it.
We knew it was gonna happen. I mean, I don't know why it's such a big story.
To me, it just looks like AB and the Raiders are on good terms. The media might not think so, but the Raiders know so. But that's enough of the Nation news. Let's get into the Raiders versus Packers preseason preview week 3. Now, like I stated before, this is going to be a really good test for the Raiders. I'm not sure if the starters are going to play in this game or if they're going to get another drive out there. Who knows? We got a little snippet of them last week, and I wouldn't be surprised if we sat all our starters down in this game because we really don't need to see them play. But we're going to be flying over to Canada to play the Packers, which is going to be a good game to watch, and it's going to be a really great chance for a lot of these young players to go out there and flourish on defense and on offense. We've been looking really great for the first 2 preseason games. From the Rams game, we looked good. The Cardinals game, we took it up a notch, and hopefully in this game we could take it up another level. The confidence in this team is at an all-time high. I hope we can add on to that playing against the Packers, whether we do play their starters or we play their backups. They got a lot of talent on the offense and defensive side. As you guys seen during the free agency period and the draft period, they added a lot of players as well, and we did as well. So there's a lot of players to look out for on their offense and defensive side, and we got to go out there and execute just to win this game. Keys to the game. And this week I have 3 keys to accomplish if we want to win this game. Number 1, start off strong. Every single game in the opening drive, we started off with a score, a great drive, great play calling, and everything worked flawlessly. In this game, we need to continue that, whether the starting quarterback is going to be Mike Glennon or it's going to be Derek Carr. Whoever's going to go out there, we need to start off strong. This offensive play calling, bruh, is great. So far, the backup QBs have looked flawless in the first 2 games. Yes, there was a bit of turnovers in the first game, but last game, flawless. If we do start off on defense, then I'm looking forward to seeing that 3 and out on that first drive. Number 2, limit big plays. Now, last week we gave up some big plays to the Arizona Cardinals. Brett Hundley came in, threw a huge 40-yard touchdown, and then later on a 59-yard touchdown to Andy Isabella. We gotta limit those. These are backup QBs doing it, and we need our defense to step up and not give up these big plays, or even, you know, give up at the end of the half or the end of the game. We gotta limit the big plays, especially with all the offensive weapons that they have on the Packers, like Geronimo Allison, MVS, and even Equanimeous St. Brown. Like, those are 3 receivers that are on a come up, and with Aaron Rodgers in that offense, who knows how well they're gonna be. It's gonna be a big test for our corners out there and safeties, as well as our defensive line. We gotta apply a lot of QB pressure to stay in this game. So offense helps defense and defense helps offense. We just gotta go out there and ball out. See ball, hit ball. Number 3, backup QBs continue to play smart. Now, like I said, the backup QBs have been looking flawless and been looking great on this offense. Maybe it's due to them being a really good quarterback, or it's due to John Gruden's fantastic offensive play calling. Both quarterbacks have been playing solid. Hopefully in this game, I want to see him step up to another level and become even a better quarterback out there. I want them to control the field, control the game, and play to their pace, you know, and not make a lot of mistakes. They need to go out there and play smart. Now, the quarterbacks haven't really had a lot of pressure in the pocket. Maybe that's a compliment of our first string, second string, third string offensive linemen, because they've been looking really poised in the pocket, really looking comfortable in the pocket out there. But we cannot sleep on the Packers defense. They got a lot of new acquisitions on that defense, adding Rashawn Gary in the NFL draft, even bringing in Zadarius Smith, and then they have Adrian Amos and other players like that on defense. Who knows if they're gonna play or not, but they do have a lot of weapons on that defense. And if they do end up applying pressure to our quarterback in the pocket, I want to see how our quarterbacks deal with that pressure. Hopefully they can still continue to play smart and ball out. Players to watch. Now, there's 5 players I want to highlight and for you guys to watch during the game. Number 1 is Mike Glennon. Now, Mike Glennon has been looking like a solid backup QB for Derek Carr. He's been flawless. Other than the first game having 2 interceptions, last game he had a great 175-yard game for 2 touchdowns, and he did overthrow a Darren Waller in the end zone, which could have been 3 touchdowns, but I hope that he builds on that and he balls out in this game and shows that he is the backup QB that this team needs. Number 2, Nick Nelson, Garyon Conley, Trayvon Mullins, Darren Worley are 3 cornerbacks that are already locked in for that cornerback position. He's gonna have a chance out there to show out against the Packers offense. Just want to see how he plays throughout the stretch of the game, if he's gonna be a really great weapon on this defense. I'm looking forward to seeing Nick Nelson out there ball out. Number 3, Keelan Doss. Keelan Doss is one of the biggest stories on this offensive team. You know, him coming in as an undrafted rookie, being a hometown player, he's been one guy that's starting to grow on me. From the first game getting that touchdown, last game having a really solid game, and I hope that he takes his game to another level. Now, him and Nathan Peterman have a really great rapport because they've practiced with each other countless of times, so hopefully we'll see him in the starting group with Mike Glennon because I want to see how well he does with, you know, more talent around him. And he's one guy I'm hoping that can make this team. It's going to be really tough because all of our wide receivers out there are solid, and who knows who's going to make this team. Keelan Doss is one guy I'm hoping that can make this team. He's a really great weapon, and if I had to choose him or like a guy like Marcel Aitman, I'd have to choose Keelan Doss. So a lot of Raider Nation love him, and me as well, and I know all his teammates love him as well. He just got to work on his game and get better, and like I said, hopefully we can see him make his mark on this game and ball out. Number 4, PJ Hall. Now PJ Hall was our 2nd round pick of last year, balled out last year in the preseason. This year we haven't seen much of PJ Hall, but this defensive line has gotten better with talent all over that defensive line, with Cleveland Farrell even having Arden Key, who's starting to step it up and take his game to another level. I want to see PJ Hall step up with Maurice Hurst in the interior. Now with 2 games under his belt in the preseason, hopefully in this game he applies a lot of pressure on the QB. We've seen a lot of other players flash like Ethan Westbrook and Anthony Rush, but PJ Hall's name has been silent for the past couple of weeks. PJ Hall is one guy to look out for. Now number 5, Hunter Renfrow, everybody's favorite slot receiver. Now the first 2 games, like I said, with a lot of other players, he's a guy that we just seen sparks of. We've seen a little bit of him here and there. Last game he got a couple of catches as well, but I want to see him implemented in this offense even more with the 2nd and 3rd team out there. I want to see him out there making plays. I want to see him catching a lot of balls, even blocking out there. I hope Mike Glennon or Nathan Peterman, whoever the quarterback is going to be at the time, implements Hunter Renfrow in this offensive game plan. He's one guy that can be really dangerous if we use him right, and if he gets hot enough out there. He may not look like the biggest, strongest or fastest guy out there, but trust me, once Hunter Renfrow gets going, they ain't gonna have no answer for him. So those are my 5 players to look out for in this game. All right, Raider Nation, that's all I have for you guys today, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, then smash that like button. I would gladly appreciate that. Any other players that you guys can't wait to watch in this game, or is there any keys to this game that I'm missing? Let me know down in the comments below. And if this is the first time you're watching this video, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Without further ado, Raider Nation, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is Yow.